Hi, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vern.
I'm Vic, and welcome to the DEFCON Rugby Show on a Thursday. Whoa, Vern, we had that World Cup draw yesterday, man. It was good. Let's have a look at what do you think? Where we are? DEFCON, what are we at? DEFCON what?
I'm on DEFCON 2 because some people in the chat going that Sasha's leaving started driving.
What do you mean you're DEFCON 2? Sasha's coming to the Sharks, baby.
No freaking way, man.
Listen here, as much as I love Sasha, don't come to the Sharks. We are like a cesspool for cuck.
That's true.
You wait another. If it's coming next season with a new coach, yes, I can understand. But Sasha, stay away from the Sharks this season. You'll just go downhill, man. You'll just go downhill. There we go. But hey, listen here, lots to talk about. World Cup draw was out yesterday. We're going to talk about Eben. Still no answers on Eben. You got some update there about something about Siya Kolisi. We'll look at the Investec Cup. We'll look at the Rugby Sevens that is being played in good old Cape Town in the motherless city. The mother city. There you go. We'll see. But let's start. Let's start with pumping the channel. We're almost at 19,000. 119,000.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. But all the people in the chat now have done that already, that I know. But hey, keep hitting that fucking like button. It's super important.
There you go. But let's go. Don't forget the email is on top, guys. There in that corner up top there. Check it out. And we do want to send our heart out to everybody out there for all the subscriptions. Janlu's in the house. Marnus is in the house. Marnus, are you surviving Liverpool? I'm not going to say anything anymore. I don't want to jinx it for tonight. Don't want to jinx it.
Shut up.
So yeah, I'm going to shut my trap up. But let's get into it. Let's start about the Rugby World Cup down there in Australia and down under there. Good day, mates and Sheilas. It was a good draw. It went freaking quickly yesterday. First they talk cuck, and then all of a sudden I could hardly put in the teams. They were talking so quickly.
I was pissing myself watching you, man.
I was so in stress getting that shit done, but it is what it is. We've got the World Cup draws out. It's going to be fantastic there. Look, I got one of the stadiums in the background. That's the opening stadium. That's the Perth Stadium. That's where Australia will play. Most probably New Zealand, I think, will be the opening game. And then I believe both of them want to lose this game.
Of course.
Because none of them want to win that group. Because if you win that group, you're playing the Bokke in the quarterfinals. But there you go. But listen here. It's all about this trophy, the Webb Ellis Trophy, which will only be the Webb Ellis Trophy for another 2 years. And then when we Springboks win it for the third time, we'll call it the Siya Kolisi Trophy. Or we'll just call it the Rassie.
The Rassie, man.
Yeah, doesn't that sound good? You can win the Rassie. Yeah, it was quick. Me and Jan could hardly get that. They didn't even wait between the groups or like say, yes, Ireland in top one, Ireland this and this and that. No, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa. It was so bloody quick. But let's talking about New Zealand, South Africa. Let's start off with Group A.
Yeah.
A for amateurs now. A for Look, I don't think the 2 best teams play in the quarterfinal. I think, look, if you're Australia, you are loving this because you think to yourself, we come in second. We go over to the other side.
Much better.
England and Ireland will play each other before they get to us. So I don't know if this was rigged for the Aussies. I don't know, man. A lot of people, the New Zealanders are not happy. I can tell you one thing. I was listening to New Zealand TV last night. The New Zealanders are pissed. But what's your problem? I thought you're the greatest fucking rugby nation in the world. Just beat South Africa in the quarterfinals and you have no problem.
They're looking for excuses already, Vic.
But look at that Group A. Let's start with Group A. New Zealand, Australia, Chile, Hong Kong. For me, it's very clear. New Zealand, Australia go through. Chile, Hong Kong, none of them is going to get that best third spot.
No.
I can't, because I can see them getting hammered big time.
Big time hammering. I think, listen, that New Zealand-Australia game is going to be a tough one. Like you said, are they going to go for it? Or are they thinking, if we lose, I actually have a better chance of getting into the final?
Sometimes it's better to finish second in the group,
Hey, South Africa did it last time.
But look, New Zealand, if all things are kosher, New Zealand wins the group, I think. But I don't count out the Aussies. I don't count out. Let's move on to Group B for the best. South Africa, Italy, Georgia, and Romania. Look, we played Italy 3 times this year already. We've played Georgia this year and Romania. I mean, we got a European group there. Look, I think we play the best starting 23 against Italy, and then afterwards we just let everybody play.
No, I think it's the toughest group if you take the world rankings, but I don't think that's an easy group. That is of course we will win all our games. There's not that problem, but it's gonna. I mean, Georgia's a tough mean.
Georgia, Italy for me is going to be an interesting game to see who gets the second spot. I think it also depends on how. We're only going to know next year who's playing who when. That only comes out. Because look, if you play, let's say the first game is Georgia, Romania, and Italy, South Africa. Italy will, and then the second game is Italy, Georgia. Coming off a beating from South Africa, a mauling gives an advantage to the team that didn't play South Africa. So
yes, but I think that Italy, Georgia game is going to be a really good one.
Yeah. But listen here. I mean, a lot of people say maybe South Africa should come second in the group. South Africa don't give a shit. I'm trying to be nice like that. We don't give a cuck where we are. South Africa, Rassie doesn't give a damn. I don't think Rassie would have cared that if in this group B, if the draw had been South Africa, Ireland, France, and England in one group, he wouldn't have cared.
Because listen here, last World Cup we faced France, England, and New Zealand. I mean, come on.
And Ireland in the group phase.
Yeah, but we lost to Ireland in the group.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter. If you want to win this tournament, you're going to have to beat at least 3 big teams.
Exactly. So
don't worry where you are. Then let's move to Group C, where we have Argentina, Fiji, Spain, and Canada. I think that's a tight group. I think that's between Fiji and Argentina. I wouldn't count Fiji out for the win, because what a lot of people have been telling me, and it's the same for Samoa, they're only going to have their best players at the World Cup. Because what happens, Samoa and Fiji, they put their boys in Japan, everywhere in the world, they're earning the mucho dineros. And then like a month before the World Cup starts, they all decide, well, no, I'm cancelling my contract in all those countries because I've got to play for my island with my Uzos. And then all of a sudden, Samoa and Fiji have good teams.
I mean, come on, Fiji is definitely a strong team. But I think Argentina has enough.
And then that Spain-Canada one, I think one of those 2 teams is one of the third place teams. I also think Georgia, Italy, one of them will be a third place team.
Yes.
There you go. Then we move on to Group D. D for destruction. Ireland, Scotland, Uruguay, and Portugal. Look, obviously Ireland going to win the group. Yeah. I can't see Scotland losing to Uruguay and Portugal.
Although Uruguay has come up a lot, but I don't think they have enough.
Lawrence is on the drugs again, and he's fucking drunk in Cape Town there. He's on the Vit Blitz. I don't know what he's drinking there. Scotland has the World Championships. Scotland be lucky to get out the bloody group. There you go. Then we move into Group E. I hear my better half has just come home. Group E. France, Japan, USA, Samoa. For me, that's the toughest group.
You think?
After France, I think Japan, USA, and Samoa is going to be tight. I cannot tell you who finishes second in this group. I actually believe Samoa will come in second. Because Eddie Jones, I don't think him and his Japanese boys, but I do think that 3 teams out of this group will go further.
Yeah, it's a good group, man.
Johan Goosen also in the house. And then last but not least, Group F, I almost said something with the word F there. You got England, Wales, Tonga, and Zimbabwe. Look, Zimbabwe are going to get hammered every game. We know that. Don't count out Tonga.
No,
those
Tonga's
losers there from the island, they'll beef up before. They'll also have their best team. I can see Tonga finishing second.
They got some good players there, Vic.
Huh?
They got some good, young, exciting players there for Tonga.
And don't count out Wales. It's 2 years down the line. Wales will be a little bit better. I think it could be a tight group. I also think 3 teams will come through here. I actually have Tonga coming in second in this group. I think Tonga, it always depends on how, what the schedule is. Who do you play first? If the first game is Wales-Tonga, then I'm telling you Tonga's gonna go for it, baby. It always depends on how you play. But those are the the 6 groups. We do know now that if everything goes by normality and the world rankings, that New Zealand, South Africa, and France is on the one side, if they all win their groups, and England, Ireland, and Argentina would be on the other side. So, but I mean, look, I don't care what side you're on, because Ireland, England, and Argentina could make it to the semi-finals. That's also a tough side. I mean, we saw Ireland is tough. They just don't have a scrum.
Listen here. Argentina lost to England, I think, by 3 points, huh?
There you go.
At Twickenham. So, they can do a number of them in Australia, that I can tell you.
And for me, the World Cup only starts, really. We're going to do all the games. Every 52 games. We're going to have 52 games live on this channel. Yes, we are. And but for me, it starts quarterfinals. From the quarterfinal phase is where it really gets interesting. That's what it is. But that is our World Cup groups and stuff like that. Look at what it was. It was an interesting draw yesterday. I thought it was exciting. Let's see what happens, huh? There we go.
I guess I don't have to ask you who your prediction is to winning it.
Yeah, no, look, the Springboks don't always have the hardest path. Why should they have the hardest path now? They have the easiest group, let's be honest. I think the group is easy that South Africa has got. Romania...
But not from the world rankings.
No, yeah, but world rankings mean nothing. Because the French don't take the world rankings seriously. They could have easily been in 3rd or 4th spot if they took it seriously. I think it'll be all right. And don't forget, South Africa get to play a 3rd place team in the last 16 to start off. So, not a problem. But that's kind of our World Cup. Listen, you guys, we know we're going to have 1,000 programs about the World Cup before it happens. Everybody will do their bracket. We'll have simulations. Everybody will get into a hitsy fit and everybody will talk cuck.
We'll maybe get a medium to come on the show to have his predictions.
A medium. Okay, there you go. Let's talk about this man quickly. Eben. Still no news out on Eben.
No.
I fear for the man.
I feel for him too, man.
I think we're looking at 6 months or more.
Yeah.
Springboks must shiv in their boots for Scotland. We're not doing fucking saber tossing here. It's rugby, my friend. It's not a haggis eating competition. No, I think Eben gets 6 months, Vern. Maybe a year.
I think it's between 6 months and a year, yeah.
Yeah, I think Paul Lewis Gymnasium beats Scotland.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. So the minute we get any news on Eben, it'll be in the morning shows or in one of our rugby live shows this weekend.
The minute we get news.
So let's talk about the Investec Cup or the Champions League or the Champions Cup or whatever you want to call it. The Premier, it's hailed as the Premier Club competition. The Sharks, the real Sharks, the Sale Sharks play against the Warriors. I mean, if you look what the Warriors did last week against Scarlets, you might fear for the Warriors. Then your team, the Mighty Stormers against Bione.
Can I quickly run through the squad, David?
You want to run through the Stormers squad?
Because I'm pretty pissed, man.
Okay, then run through the Stormers squad. I'll take a sip of water. I'm going to actually leave you for a second. I'm going to leave you for a second.
Guys, I'm quite upset. There's no Sasha. There's no Kobus Reinach. There's no Damien Willemse. That really pisses me off now. I want them to take this competition seriously because we can win a shitload of cash. But never mind. I'll run quickly through the team. Starting there, Muchunu, Kotze, and Nietling Fouché in the front row. The locks are Simon Morat and Connor Evans. Both played pretty well last week against Munster. Then our loose forwards, Paul de Villiers, Ben Jason Dixon, and Rowan Ackerman. Not bad. I'm happy with that. Our scrum half is Imad Khan. The fly half is Clinton Swart. Our left wing is Lionel Sass. Our centers are Daniel Duplessis and Simolane. Our right wing is Dylan Mart, a Boland player. And at the fullback, we have Warwick Gallant. We go quickly through the subs. Vokosela, Vermaak, Sazi Sandy, Andre Smith, JD Schikkeling, Evan Roos, Dewald Devenacher, and Jonathan Roach.
Is his name not Dewald Devenage?
It's not Devenage, no. Devenage.
No, but listen, yeah. The Stormers will go through the valley of death. I think because I think they get hammered by Bionnet with that team. Because the French teams take this shit serious, man.
Oh, that's their top priority.
Yeah. Okay. Then,
they'd rather take the Investec Cup than the league.
Did you hear about Gershon Ware going to Europe?
Good for him.
Yes, I heard he's going to. Maybe somebody in the chat will tell me. Oh, Gershon's going somewhere. It looks like Sia might be leaving.
Sia, I just read that he might be going to Japan. Yeah.
Konnichiwa. But look, the Stormers have a better chance of winning their game than the Sharks do. Let's be honest.
The Sharks game, you can rule that
and
one
we're
out.
talking about the Guppy Sharks from Natal there. But let's go. Saracens will play Clermont. That should be a nice one. The Bulls against Bordeaux. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see which team the Bulls is going to put out. La Rochelle against Leicester Tigers. Also a nice game. Leinster Harlequins. If we can get it, it's live on this channel. Then Scarlets against the Bristol Bears. Look, Scarlets played well last week in the URC. Bristol Bears, a tough team to face. Then Bath against Munster. That should be a cracker.
That should be a real good one.
Selection Palois against Northampton Saints. Then Toulouse against the Sharks. Look, if the Sharks turn up and they play the big boys and they really play like they're supposed to play, it could be an interesting game. I'm going also, we're going to lose by 30 points easy this one. Then Gloucester against Custers. And last but not least, Edinburgh against Toulon. Good games. Should be interesting. A lot of nice games of rugby here. Look, like I said on our channel, I can plug it right now. Take the Investec away. Our first game is going to be this one. The Stormers against Bionnet. We're going to have the Sharks game. We're going to have the Bulls game. And we're going to have the Leinster against Harlequins game all on the channel. And in between, I'm still going to do some sevens rugby as well.
Okay.
There you go. But talking about the sevens, guys, let's have a look at the standings out there in the sevens. On the one side, you have the men. So after the first tournament, which was in Dubai, I think, on top, New Zealand by the men and women, Australia in second by the men and women, South Africa down there in fifth spot for the men. The next one is in Cape Town. So let's go through what we can expect some of the games on the Saturday. Janlu is going to the games on Sunday. So Yanda, make some pictures and send me some email. Some pictures on the email would be quite nice for our show.
Lawrence is also going, he just said.
Lawrence also going. Guys, make photos of the teams and send it to us on the email. We can put them on the DEFCON Monday Rugby Show. Let's have a look at some of the games. It all starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's why I'm going to do some of these games. Japan, Canada there. Australia, France with the ladies. Looking nice. New Zealand take on Great Britain. Fiji against the USA. Then a little bit later in the day, Australia, Canada, that should be an interesting one. New Zealand, USA, also interesting. And then this is all ladies, of course. Then New Zealand, Fiji. Now that's always a good game. That is a good game to watch. So we'll see who gets through the pools and stuff like that. Should be very interesting. On the men's side, New Zealand start off against Great Britain. Spain against France. Spain is very good in sevens.
Yeah.
Australia, Argentina, that should be a real battle. And then Fiji against South Africa. That's another big game. Then later on in the morning, that is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the game I really want to do of the sevens. New Zealand take on South Africa. The Blitzbokke against, I don't know what they call themselves. The All Whites, the All Blacks. I don't know what they call themselves. The Silver Ferns, who the fuck knows. Australia against Spain, that's another good one to watch out for. France, Argentina. And then the last games of the evening, that'll be around about 6 o'clock in the evening. South Africa will take on Great Britain. I think that's the only guaranteed win for us. Fiji, New Zealand, that should be a cracker. Australia, France. So there'll be a lot of good sevens games this weekend, Vern.
Yeah.
So enjoy them. That is kind of our DEFCON Rugby Show. Monday we'll know more about Sia, we'll know more about Gershon Ware. Is this whole Sasha thing a hoax? I hope not. I hope he is coming to the Sharks.
Trying to pull my leg, man. People are nasty.
The Sharks are like the valley of death, man. We are cesspool. We destroy careers at the Sharks, man.
It's almost like Man United.
It is. But I'm going to tell you one thing now. I've been going through statistics. Can I tell you now? Who do I think is going to be the monster player in the next 2 years coming up to the Rugby World Cup? Who do you think I've got on my list that's going to be out this? unbelievable player in the next 2 years?
Moyo?
I'm telling you now, boys and girls. This man is a fucking cyborg. Andre Esterhuizen. I'm going to tell you guys, Andre Esterhuizen is going to rule the rugby world in the next 2 years. This man is going to be nominated for shit because the way he plays rugby is on a different level. Huh?
And he's so versatile, man.
Cameron Hamanakom is... I don't even rate Cameron Hamanakom. He's not. He's supposed to be our number 8, right? He's not on the same level as Jasper Visser, man.
No.
Jasper Visser will put Cameron Hamanakom in his pocket. There you go. But that's the show for today. Now, let me just plug up what's coming on in about 50 minutes time. So that's why we're not going to stay up. Vern's going to do Anadolu FS against Real Madrid in the basketball. That has got a lot of playoff implications as well. Yep. So check it out. Do join Vern. He will guide you through the basketball. Explain some of the stuff.
Fuck, who's HAS? Are you bedorned, man?
Not in a million years.
Not in a million years.
He might not even go to the World Cup, man.
He's injured. No,
he's always injured. And then, of course, later this evening at 8:45, the mighty Manchester United, the greatest football team on the fucking planet, will take on West Ham United. That they're allowed to use the word United in their name is a disgrace. But it's going to be a big game tonight, live at 8:45 with moi. So we're looking for that. And let's see what happens. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for everybody tuning in, for all the chats. One day, never. Johanna Kom will never win World Rugby Player of the Year. No. Never. Can't see it happening. I think Sasha's got that nailed down for the next few years, if all goes well.
Oh, Andre Esterhuizen.
I hope they are going fifth. But guys, let us get out of here so Vern can get ready for that basketball. See you guys later. Join us and have a great day. Ciao, guys.
Ciao, ciao.